Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are going to be watching Season 1, Episode 8 of The Expanse. I really loved the last episode. I think the show is just somehow getting better and better with each episode, and yeah, I can't wait to see more of these characters and where their story is going. So let's just watch it. Okay, so this is the asteroid where Lionel Blansky's supposed to be, right?
No life pod, no emergency habitat, nothing.
These were the coordinates we were given.
It's just a rock.
Alex, take her around. Let's have a look-see.
There's a little crevice in there. Well, a very big crevice, rather.
Alex, hold up. Swing back.
Somebody could be in there.
Right there. Inside that crevasse.
Is there a person? A little ship. An escape pod.
It's some sweet parking job.
It's a stealth ship.
Oh, okay.
I kind of want to blast it. Easy there, partner. These things tend to shoot back.
This is as far as you got? A lot of Martian soldiers gave their lives for this information.
Yeah, not for you.
I need to know why.
It's not for you. I really don't like this guy.
I need you to look at something.
Kind of busy.
You're a fucking prisoner, bro.
Main airlock's open, but the hull seems to be intact. There could still be air inside.
Is it Julie Mao?
We're going in.
Remember what happened the last time we went into one of these?
Yeah, well, this time we got guns of our own.
Is that blood?
Looks like somebody got spaced.
Blood, yeah.
Your kind of ship.
Is that the room Julie was in episode 1?
The latch is broken from the inside.
I'm really scared there's gonna be a jump scare, y'all.
This is the ship. The one that killed the can. It has to be. Why did you sign on to the can?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to have conversations like this one.
Fire up the reactor? This will go quicker if we had some lights.
Yeah, just warm it up.
Oh, isn't the reactor what that guy was getting destroyed by when Julie was looking around the ship?
Someone cut through the hatch. The reactor was shut down properly, so why did someone need to break in to do it?
Naomi?
Dead body.
What the hell is that?
Frank DeGraff was found dead in his home this morning.
He took his own life. Jesus.
Oh no.
So sorry.
That's sad as fuck. What is that stuff? It's the same thing that was on the reactor, right?
I'll check the logs. Can't have you sneaking into comms and calling someone you shouldn't. Feel free to try, though.
Why is it glowing? What is it? Does it have some sort of intelligent life or what?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Nothing even close.
Okay, people, let's review.
Right, so the crew of this badass ship boards the Scopuli, uses it as bait to nuke the cant.
Then spaces the crew, except for Lionel Polanski, who somehow survives, gets control, and then
He powers down, vents the ship, and then leaves a nuclear missile, state-of-the-art stealth fighter tied to a rock.
that makes sense to anybody? The ship's in perfect condition. Why would he just leave?
It's not in
I'm
perfect
missing something
condition.
here. I'm getting a real bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I don't think that stuff's good. I don't
Hold him behind you!
why it's turning blue and shit. Like,
Jesus.
Back off!
Naomi, what's going on?
I think it's absorbing energy from the reactor. I'm shutting everything down.
what is it though?
For a second, it felt like that thing was...
He
Alive?
was alive.
Yeah.
Amos, Cut out the computer cores, it's time to leave.
That's why they would abandon it, because they couldn't control whatever that stuff was. What if some of that stuff got on their ship, though? We know that the shuttle from that ship is on Eros, so are they gonna go to Eros? Because then that stresses me out about Holden.
Anybody object to us turning that ship into scrap?
Hell no.
Well,
Anybody except you.
Do it.
Yeah, I think that's a
look,
good
you control
plan.
that ship. Why would you destroy something you control?
Because that ship is a weapon. And that thing on it felt like a weapon too. And I don't think Fred Johnson or Earth or Mars or anybody should have it.
Yeah, I agree.
Torpedoes armed and ready. Fire.
Let's hope they can destroy it. What if it's like undestroyable? Okay, clearly not. Although what if now they let that stuff into space?
Remember the camp.
Lionel Polanski. Freeze! Don't move! And where's my damn hat?
It was his hat? And he left it?
Lana Polanski, that's the name she used when she registered the shuttle.
Ah, so it was
Someone
Julie.
with that name is registered at the Blue Falcon.
What's that? Where is it?
It's a flop house courtside. But it's not a good place. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
You said you cracked it. Hope it's not a letter to a wife.
It's not. It's a real-time tactical record of the Donninger battle, right down to the millisecond. They also got high-res images of the attacking ships.
Were they able to identify him?
Not from what I can see here, but they were able to collect highly detailed drive signatures. You're gonna want to see this for yourself.
What?
So what are you going to do now?
Last place the name Lionel Polanski showed up on the nets was here.
Are they gonna run into Miller? See, this is why I don't fucking trust this asshole. He's plotting to get Holden killed. Hopefully Amos will kill him. I know he's wanted to. My boy Amos gonna come through. Or Miller. We'll see. Amos, you know something suspicious. Come on. I know you do. You don't trust it.
I got an L. Polanski in room 22. Call up for you?
No, it's a surprise thing. Thank you.
He recognizes. Amos. Come on, Amos. Amos, yes. You know something's going on. Yes, 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 yes! Alex, run! Come on, shoot him. Shoot them both. Miller! Oh, I knew they would meet somehow. Oh, yes! He's gonna recognize Holden.
James Holden.
Yeah.
Should just follow you around, don't it, kid?
You a cop?
Kinda.
Not anymore.
Kenzo. That son of a bitch.
Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm going up to room 22. Now, any second, there's gonna be another group of thugs coming through that door, this time with badges. Touch me again. There's gonna be another body on the floor.
I wonder if she's still there.
Don't!
Alex is a little riled up.
Julie?
She's not there anymore. If she was, and she heard all the gunshots, she's probably hiding, or she left, right?
This might put up a bitch of a fight.
Oh, fuck.
No, they were turning things off. Same as that reactor.
Nobody touch anything. Wait,
It
wait.
could have something in it. That stuff. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
She's dead.
Jesus.
that stuff was. It got her. Fuck. So this was another really, really good episode. I liked the interaction between the crew of the Rocinante and Miller. I liked that they got to meet. I liked all of the sort of mystery surrounding the ship and Lionel Polanski, aka Julie Mao, and all of that stuff coming together. So let's talk about it a little bit more in depth. In the beginning, we sort of saw Miller talking to the Mormon that was going to the Nauvoo, that was sitting across from him on his ship towards Eros. And I thought it was a really cool, interesting conversation. I don't really want to spend too long on it because I think that religion can be a sort of iffy topic for people. But I do think that it was really cool the way that they handled the conversation, with neither one being necessarily right or wrong. They're just engaging in a civilized discussion about it, which I thought was really cool. And it's interesting, the idea that religion exists in the 23rd century still, and who might and might not practice it. A smaller thing that we learned was that Frank DeGraff was found dead. They believe that he killed himself. And it's just really sad. I think that him having his future taken away from him that he had dreamt of with his husband, I guess he couldn't take it. He didn't know what to do. And it's just really sad because he seemed like a nice guy. He seemed to have a good future planned, and it's just really sad to see that go away. And I think that Christian is going to blame herself because her actions, directly or indirectly, sort of led to his being expelled from Mars. So, I don't know. It's just a sad situation, and I'm sad that we only got to see that character for such a short amount of time because I thought he was interesting and kind of cool, a nice character. Okay, so a big part of this episode was the crew of the Rocinante exploring the ship that they found on the asteroid that Fred Johnson sent them to. And at first looking at it, because it's kind of difficult to see scale when you're looking at an asteroid and a ship on the TV, I thought it was like this tiny little shuttlecraft that had, like an escape pod maybe, that had gotten out of the big ship. But I now realize that it was, in fact, the huge ship that killed or destroyed the Canterbury. It's not the same ship that destroyed the Donager, though, right? Am I reading that wrong? I mean, it can't have been, because I think that the blue stuff that they found would have destroyed the ship and all the people on it before they had been able to get to the Donager and do everything, if that was the case. So I am just really curious as to what this blue stuff is that's glowing, what kind of life form it could possibly be. Is it like a parasite that's feeding off of hosts being humans or ships, you know, not necessarily an intelligent life form, but intelligent in the way that parasites and viruses and those sorts of things in the world we live in now are intelligent, in that they can grow and evolve and become resistant to treatment of them, and kind of something like that. That's what I'm guessing that it is, but I'm not 100% positive. Someone in the comments said that there aren't any aliens in the Expanse universe, so presumably it's not an alien, I guess. So I don't know. It does stress me out though, because whatever it was infected Julie, and obviously at the end we saw that Miller's quest to save Julie was, unfortunately for naught. She was killed excuse me, she was killed by this parasite, this blue goo, this whatever it is. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of stressful because how does this spread, you know? it seems to be contained to her room, but if anybody goes in that room and touches it to try to clean it up, is it going to spread to them? Could it possibly spread over the entirety of Eros and destroy that? When they decided to leave the ship and blow it up before going to Eros to find Lionel Polanski, was that a bad idea? Did that let the blue stuff into space? Can it survive in space? Like, we don't know barely anything about it, so it's really interesting. I just wonder how much of a threat that it could be, and what is it? Is it man-made? Is it what they were so scared of at Phoebe Station? Is it some kind of biological warfare? Like, what is it? What is it? I just have a lot of questions about this blue goo and what it is. We also met Miller's friend in this episode, who told him that the Anubis 1A was on Eros, which is why he decided to go to Eros in the first place. Possibly saved his life because he was, like I said in my last episode, seemingly very self-destructive and not caring about how self-destructive he was being. So, yeah, I'm just interested I find his friend interesting, rather, because he's the one who gave him the hat. He said he gave him the hat to show him that he needed to keep his head in order to make it. I think it's interesting that Miller, knowing he's not going to be able to keep his head in this situation with Julie, took it off and left it. It's very symbolic, and knowing that his friend gave it to him for that particular reason, it makes a lot of sense that he took it off and left it behind. It was cool to meet his friend. I think that his friend is a good guy. Hopefully he can help smooth over all of this stuff with Holden and the shootout at the Blue Falcon Hotel, and they won't get arrested and everything. Hopefully. Also, can I just say that Amos was 100% MVP in this episode, okay? I was counting on Amos to be the one to recognize that something was going on with these people acting sus about just coming into the Blue Falcon Hotel. I was counting on him to be able to tell that they were undercover plants, whatever. And luckily, my boy Amos did not disappoint. He knew right away. And thanks to that, none of them are dead. So, really only thanks to Amos. And Miller at the end, who came in clutch and saved them, which was really cool. I like that that's how they met Miller, and that's how all of that happened, because, yeah, I think that it just works, and I hope that this can make the relationship between Holden and Amos a little bit better, because Amos literally saved their lives, although I worry that it might not, because Holden was a bit too trusting, maybe, of the spy guy. And I worry that that'll make Amos wary of his leadership. But I don't know. Amos doesn't seem the kind of person to hold that against him, really. Like, he didn't hold the fact that he was holding a gun to his head against him. I think Amos understands that with the given information you have in a situation, you do the best you can, and then you move on from that situation and do the best you can again, and on, right? So hopefully this will build a little bit of a bridge between Holden and Amos, and we get a bit more in the way of that relationship building a little bit more. I've really liked everything we've gotten with Holden and Naomi so far, so I want to see that extended to the rest of the crew, because we've gotten a bit of Holden and Naomi bonding, and we've gotten a bit of Alex and Amos bonding, and I kind of want to see, like, just more of all of them bonding together. And what better way to do that than near-death experience where people are trying to kill you? We also should talk about how the UN is sending some sort of military ship to invade Tycho Station and try to see what they might know about the Donager and the Cant and all that stuff. The general guy who runs the military, I guess, he doesn't really see that as a good idea, and I'm inclined to agree with him that the people of the belt will see it as an act of aggression, and it will make tensions rise even further. So, not really looking forward to that. Although, what the fuck is Fred Johnson doing with this information that he took from Lieutenant Lopez? What did that girl show him that she said he had to see, and what was he going to do with it? You know, I don't know, but I'm interested to know, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do with it, because we're sort of told as an audience that we should not trust Fred Johnson. So I'm very wary of him, and I don't know what he's going to do, but I don't think it's going to be good. At least not maybe for the people that we're rooting for at present time. We talked about this a little bit before, but it feels appropriate to end the episode, or end my discussion with the end of the episode. And we saw that Julie is now dead. She has been eaten, taken over, in some way killed by the blue glowy stuff that was in the stealth ship. And I feel bad for Miller, because he kind of put his entire career, I mean, he did put his entire career and life on the line multiple times to try to get to the bottom of this. And not only was he not able to save Julie, but now he's kind of at a dead end, because she was the only one that he could really get any sort of answers from. And now he's not going to be able to get any of those answers. So I'm curious as to how this is going to affect him and his mentality going forward. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out. I hoped that she survived. I hoped that we would get to see her again and that she could provide some insight into what the fuck is going on. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So we are left wondering, like everyone else, what the fuck is going on. Again, I'm still curious as to how this spreads, what kind of immediate danger my crew is in, and Miller, and where they're going to go from here if the cops are coming, because they kind of really need to get the fuck out of the Blue Falcon Hotel. Like, immediately. Alright guys, I think that is all that I have to say about this episode. So as always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And until next time, bye guys.